Are you the AI, Craig Campbell? Do
Nah, I don't know if the AI can.
you think artificial intelligence is here to stay?
You'd be crazy to think otherwise. People just want quality output and they need you to be the skilled person that's going to go into the business. Someone has to control that. A human being has to control that.
What areas do you feel that artificial intelligence cannot replace a human and replicate a human?
Are you the AI Dooley?
Yeah. I basically created this little picture and just the mouth changes. So this is the AI version of James Dooley. I'm here now today with Craig Campbell and the topic of conversation is artificial intelligence. So are you the AI, Craig Campbell?
Nah, I don't know if AI can clone me that well. I think Holly Starks was trying to do my voice on a AI podcast. She's like, "Oh, dude, it fucking works really well. Look, listen to it." I'm like, "Nah, it's not quite there." So I've got certain things like the language or the accent that AI's not quite there for me.
So do you think, let's jump into it, artificial intelligence. Do you think artificial intelligence is here to stay?
Absolutely. I think you'd be crazy to think otherwise. Is it perfect just yet? Absolutely not. But, when we look at it from where it was 18 months ago to now, you're just like, whoa, what's going on? And even I seen a video actually Julian Goldie done the other day talking about Claude and using the thing where you can actually tell it to go and use your machine and tell it to do stuff. It's just getting better and better and better all the time, and I find it exciting. I don't know what you feel on it, but I'm a kind of, even as a young kid or even over the years, I've always had like tools and automation, and I know you're the same anyway, but I don't even know why I'm asking the question. But when AI comes out and we can make this fucking thing do some of our work, that doesn't scare me. It actually excites me. I'm just like, fucking hell. Let's go all in on it. And I actually tried something recently called Cintra.ai, which was like, it had a sales agent, it had a social media agent. It's not quite perfect yet, but I think that's essentially what you're going to be able to have for your online businesses. You're going to be able to have AI staff members, if you like, and instruct them what to do, go and compile me some tweets for the week and schedule them and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I think it's exciting.
I think exactly the same way. I think people probably need to go and read the book Think and Grow Rich, because now I'd say your restrictions are your imagination.
Yeah.
What can you do to get AI to leverage growth? It is still very much garbage in, garbage out. It is very much like, okay, what can I get it to help me to do? So is that building a personal brand now has become easier than ever. Like you can turn around and give it the source context of who you are and what you're about and go and create me 365 tweets on this subject. Do some stuff that might be like conflicting in like trying to get some people to be commenting and stuff like that. And yeah, you can go and get it to create all the tweets, go and get you to create your 365 different AI images using Midjourney or using DALL-E or using whatever AI kind of image creation tool that you want to use. You can then be uploading those onto Pinterest. You can be doing the same with regards to LinkedIn. Next minute, before you know it now, without you doing anything, you could have scheduled the next 12 months worth of tweets, LinkedIn posts, Pinterest posts, questions on Reddit, questions on Quora. You're busy on all those platforms, and then you're obviously just responding to people, what they're saying. And in between it, you can get Google like certain trends and just manually do those.
Yeah.
But your profiles are busy across multiple networks. Obviously, there's stuff with regards to helping it to use, let's say, Claude or ChatGPT or autoblogging.ai or whatever your preferred kind of AI writing tool is to kind of create your actual blog articles.
Yeah.
Still think like definitely still needs humanizing in some way. It certainly still hallucinates. But as that's hallucinating, you just got to data check and make certain the stats are correct, or feed it the stats and the information going, this is this information, this is that information. I want you to do it in like yourself. If you was going to get someone to write an article for you, you'd want it to almost do it if it was about a certain subject that you was annoyed at.
Yeah.
It'd have to be done in like a passive aggressive tone.
Yeah.
To be like, you're not a tree, you can move, you can do this. Do you know what I mean? So having the tonality and loading that into AI as well becomes very important. But if you understand all that, then AI's your virtual assistant that can be working 24/7. So I've just been talking there about certain prompts and stuff like that. People are scared of it taking jobs. But what would you say to people of the younger generation that like, you should be embracing AI? Like what job roles can it now create for people?
Like you say, prompt engineering, understanding how prompts work, how to get the best output from AI. And we've all, said, write me tweets based on Craig Campbell's tone and whatever. And that might not give the best output. I done one yesterday, actually. Give me, it was Claude. I was messing around with Claude. And I'm like, write me a tweet using Craig Campbell's style. And it came back with like slang Scottish, hey, this and all that. And I'm like, Jesus, that's terrible. But was it the prompt? Did I tell it to do enough? And we all know when you put things into these tools, that determines what the output is. And you have to kind of speak to it like a dummy, if you like.
Yeah.
And the output that you get will be based on the prompts that you get. So I think, for me, advising a young person, there's a lot of people say, oh, take your job and all that. Absolutely not. Someone has to control that. A human being has to control that. And you've just got to learn the AI. Whether it's for SEO, whether it's for social media, whether it's for whatever it may be, I do believe that AI will help every business, even in non-digital marketing related business. Will AI be able to do things for you, whether that be creating invoices, creating presentations or decks or sales things or whatever it may be? Absolutely. So, it's not all wholly targeted towards what we do. I think any business out there will have to embrace this, because even now we know that most businesses are old dinosaurs in terms of some guys don't even have a website still, believe it or not, certainly in the UK. So they've not embraced technology from the last 20 years. They've certainly not embraced AI, and these businesses will either die or they're going to have to embrace it. And I think for young people out there, learning AI will give you, it's the same as us learning digital marketing, when we were younger. It's going to be around for the next 20, 30, 40 years, if not longer. Hopefully it is longer. So it's a skill. If you can master it, no one can be bothered. What I would say is, even when it comes to SEO, people are curious about it and all that, but they can't be bothered doing it. They need to find a person to do the work and whatever it takes. They don't really give a fuck what you're doing. And it'll be the same with AI and the prompt engineering. People just want quality output, and they need you to be the skilled person that's going to go into the business to be able to do that. And whether that be on multi-channels or whatever it may be, your time will be solely focused on creating and feeding into it and all that kind of stuff as well, and testing, because obviously AI is developing all the time. So the prompts that you put in 3 months ago and the prompting that you do now could be very, very different. And that's where it's important to look at other people. You see all of these guys going, oh, look at this prompt, I fed it this and I fed it that. So we're all still learning it, but I think it's definitely something any young person should double down on.
I think, definitely. I think every day is a school day with AI, literally with regards to prompt engineering. There's new prompts that can be coming out. But I'll give you like certain examples of where, like, within job roles, it's not just about them taking job roles. It could just 10x people's output and perception value. So if I was a graphic designer that designed logos, now it makes it very easy for me to get AI to create me some logos, but basically turn around and go, give the prompt, it create me 50 logos on the fly very quickly, send them, because design all comes down to like people's opinion.
Yeah.
Send the 50 through to the client saying, here's 50 different logos, tell me which ones you like. Then when they go like 1, 16, 22 and 48, you go and get those 4, say we like these, now go and create 10 variations of each of them. So when it creates the 10 variations, which one do you like? And it takes minutes to kind of create them. Next week before they know it, instead of them just designing 1 or 2 logos, going which one do you like in these 2, and by the end of it, the person that's paid for the logo, which could have cost $200, $300, $500, whatever the price is, they might go, oh, it's all right, but it wasn't exactly as what I wanted. No, they've got all these different kind of opportunities to go, that, yeah, I really like that, can you add this in? Very easy to scale and create them. They feel the perception values, they're getting so much more from it now. At the end of it then, once they've kind of got that logo, they're going to get a favicon icon, they get a brand pack, all created via AI. The user experience of that graphic designer now is just so much more. It doesn't take them any longer to do it, so they can probably even charge more money. Now AI is about, and they go, oh, I can create an AI logo within 10 minutes. Yes, you can. But having that designer be able to come back and forth with you and give you a full branding pack, people still are willing to pay good money for quality. Absolutely. It's just being able to 10x it. It's the same with videos. You go and create a lot of videos now. Now with places like CapCut and a lot of other kind of tools that can go and turn around and make YouTube shorts, which then you can create the YouTube shorts with the like descriptions that come with it. The voiceover's been seen, and you kind of make it portrait mode, and you go and sharing those out, which then feed back to the main video, and then there's teaser videos, 30, 40 seconds long to go and check out our full video. Now that can be shared on social media very quickly and keep feeding for you to go and listen to the long form content. There's lots of different things that people could be doing. Now, people that might not be great at writing can go and quickly go and get the grammar sorted, go and get spelling mistakes sorted, go and make certain, the removing fluff and making it concise. There was always other tools like Hemingway and Grammarly that could do certain elements. But the AI now is just so much more advanced than Grammarly and Hemingway. You don't need those tools anymore. You can get them being concise. You can go and get them to write in a certain tonality and improve upon the content. A good writer now can become a great writer with the right prompts. So these people now can be 10x'd in their skill set with the use of using artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. And also what I would add, see from a business perspective, to get 10x output would mean 10 times more graphic designers. So hopefully, long term, you would be able to pay your person more money rather than always thinking, right, I need 2 or 3 or 4 people. You can potentially, keep the money that you're paying out to the quality of staff that you've got. So it doesn't necessarily mean just 10x output. You just want people that can just. All I really care about, I don't care in my business. In terms of how many hours people work a day. See, as long as they've done what I've asked them to do and it's done to a reasonable standard. I'm not like a clock watcher, so if using technology and stuff makes things go faster, quicker, quality's still there, I don't really give a toss, in all honesty. So I think, just people's perception is it's just going to take our money away or our jobs away. I think the output and potentially retaining your job is something. Rather than me having to hire 5 guys to do that, I can pay you better and you can do the work of 5 guys using technology.
So what about with regards to artificial intelligence, what areas do you feel that artificial intelligence cannot replace a human and replicate a human?
In particular, selfishly, from an SEO perspective, content writing, we've tried it. I'm not, by the way, I'll just be clear up front, I'm not saying you cannot use AI as part of your content writing process, but pure AI, I do a lot of consultancy for people and they come back to me and they're like, Craig, why is my website not ranking? You're full of AI content. I can see it with my bare eyes, I can see the conclusion, subheader near the bottom and stuff like that. So I think, the humanizing of content and even, the process for me would be, create the skeleton of an article, let the AI do the research for you, go in and then humanize it, then you can go into something like Surfer and auto-optimize it based on the kind of volume of the words that are on there and, of course, the entities and all that stuff that have to be on there. Then you can run it through Grammarly and check for AI detection and plagiarism. So, you can't, but you've got to humanise it. And sadly, I would love to say it's great for that. As an SEO, we would go, fuck, this works really well. And we've all tried it. I think we had that case study, was it the Security Wick website, where it was just, massive spike for 6 months and then boom, dead in the water based on pure AI out the box. So I think you still have to tweak it and humanise it. But what I would say is it's perfectly good for lots of other things in our businesses, such as go and make me tweets, go and make me this and that, and they can be copy and paste jobs because you're not having to humanise that stuff, and that's the exciting thing about it all. It could do your sales pitch or an email. Go fucking write my email. Go and reply saying this, but make it sound friendly or whatever. So I think it's exciting times, that's for sure.
I think for me, one of the biggest things it can't replicate is personal branding.
Oh,
it can't replicate this.
Yeah.
So this is true. This is me. This is James Dooley. Do you know what I mean? You can't replicate something like this. You can't replicate banter. No. You can't replicate things that are funny as such. Experience, exactly that. Yeah. So there's always going to be that side that's going to break through the noise.
Yeah.
I think there's now everyone's scale, and it's just scaling averageness, and people are becoming annoyed. Google are becoming annoyed because there's a lot of stuff now. Just a raw written AI piece of content is almost duplicate content. They've already got that information. They've already been fed that information to the LLMs. What makes your content different than what's there? The information gain now has become more and more prevalent and more important than what it ever has been.
Yeah.
So the videos like this, the personal branding like this, that they can get yourself out there is gonna help break through the noise. I think that's pretty big, and I don't think that can be replicated.
Definitely not in the short term. I've seen some of even the AI videos. If you don't want to talk, and there's this woman and a guy that talk, and it's just it's not get banter, it's not get anything else or short thinking. I could say something to you, but oh fuck, that happened to me, X amount of years ago, and I could tell you a funny story about it and all that. That's what people want to hear. So human beings need to be also stimulated in some way, and I think we do have a danger of putting out this monotone crap all over everything, and I think people will be hungrier for the kind of personalised stuff.
So what about, there's a lot of people now, and at times I'm thinking, is just people trying to sell this as a service where it's very similar to already what SEO is? They're all talking about AEO, Answer Engine Optimization. Mm-hmm. And there's a buzzword going around the industry for, I'm an answer engine optimization expert. And now, I'm more advanced than an SEO, I'm an answer engine optimization. So what's your thoughts on AEO as being people selling it as a service? Is it smokes and mirrors? Should people be looking at, is there anything slightly different to try to get yourself in the answer engine? Obviously, we've done quite a bit with regards to knowledge panels, which are good. Again, it comes back to personal branding purposes, trying to get that knowledge panel yourself, or the branding of your company to get a knowledge panel. Because now there is certain elements of knowledge panels showing up. Like you type in best casinos or best bookmakers, and now before any affiliate site comes up, it comes up with the logos and the entities and the brands of what they know. Yeah. If you type in something like best SEO speakers, it'll come up with Craig Campbell as being like a knowledge panel. Mm-hmm. Nothing to do with your website or anything like that, but your actual knowledge panel. Yeah. So there is some truth to it, mm-hmm. but is it mainly people that are talking about answer engine optimization, people trying to just sell a service which is just SEO?
No, I don't think so. I think there will be a need for people to feed into AI like we've done, with what we've done in recent months, just to see, I like Perplexity, for example, because it shows you the sources that AI is pulling from, and I think, trying to feed in and make sure that you're up there with, the best this or the best casinos or whatever it's going to be, you have to try and understand how and where that information is being pulled from, and it's not necessarily your own website. Is it trusted sources, those entities? and getting on those places? And is there a need for, I don't know, Coca-Cola, for example, might go, right, we need to employ people to make sure that when people search for this, our brand is also up there along with the kind of big dogs. So I think there is a need for a service. I think a lot of people will say they can do it. We don't know where the stuff's pulling from. Obviously you can look at Perplexity and it shows you sources, but it's still a learning curve. So is it a service that people could sell right now with any kind of 100% guarantee? Absolutely not. What we done was we shot a whole bunch of stuff against the wall and hoped for the best. So not a service right now. I think it would be a bit smoke and mirrorsy just now. But I think once people get a better grasp on it and understand things better, would people pay to get that stuff done? Absolutely. And as long as there's conclusive evidence that, we have to do this and we have to feed into that and we have to educate it and all that, then, absolutely. But even, again, I keep going back to Claude, playing about with Claude yesterday. Claude only goes up to April 2024 in terms of information. It can't give me anything newer than that. So I was just like, it was Craig Campbell speaking in Greece at the weekend. It's like, no, we only go back to April 2024. So he may have been in Greece, he might have not been. So again, things are going to develop and change as well, and is it going to become more real time or whatever? But the big thing for us just now is, where are these things pulling this information from? Is it Bing? Is it here? Is it where? And until we get that, I don't think you can really. It would be guesswork to sell that as a service. So, and it would probably be pretty costly as well to spray, use the spray and pay approach. So I'd be careful if someone's offering it as a service.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. I think the people that are just trying to say they can feed that LLMs, I'm sure they can, but like you said, with conviction of them turning around saying we can do it and guarantee it, like you can't guarantee anything within SEO. You definitely can't guarantee anything within the LLMs. I think there's more work potentially involved in feeding the LLMs because they are looking at holistically at everything. Like with SEO, it's just the 10 blue clicks on the first page that mainly get all the clicks.
Yeah.
More and more people are seeming to use AI search now. GPT search has just come out. I think people now, especially for information-based searches, are going to be looking at AI more. But rounding up the video about AI and artificial intelligence, specifically for SEO and digital marketing, what's your thoughts on any business owners that might be, I don't want to get my teeth into AI yet. Like, what would you be telling these business owners about artificial intelligence and their hesitation?
I just think you've got to embrace it. It's here to stay. It's going to become bigger. I would be scared to see where it's at in 5 years' time. And it's like anything, if you don't get involved now and start learning and playing around with it and testing things out, you're going to be left behind. You're going to come in 5 years' time and you'll be like, fuck, I don't know nothing about nothing. Whereas I think we are lucky where we're early adopters. We were even probably all using Jasper, and all that kind of crappy AI. So I think adopting it and seeing what we've seen over the years just helps us better kind of understand it. And I think I would be saying, jump on it, because you are going to be left behind. If everyone else is going to be working at 20 times the pace of you and not doing 17-hour shifts. And it goes back to what we spoke about earlier in terms of freeing up time, spending time with your family, working more efficiently, delegating, using technology, whatever it may be. I just think you've got to be on it. It's far smarter than a human being, or certainly the human beings that I surround myself with. So more accurate and things like that. So I just think it's got to be utilised.
Well, Craig, that's been a great wrap up about artificial intelligence, specifically for SEO and digital marketing. It's been a pleasure. And if anyone else feels that we've missed anything to do with artificial intelligence, leave a comment in the comment section and me and Craig will both get back in touch. It's been a pleasure. And cheers, Craig.
Pleasure as always, mate.
Cheers.